Good morning students, welcome to the class again. Students, as you know that our third chapter of literature, that is A Hero by R.K. Narayan, is going on, and I have already explained 2 pages of this chapter of this story, that is page number 14 and 15, and I have already sent some extract based on these pages, and I hope that you have done all these questions very well. Now in this class I am going to explain next 2 pages of this chapter, that is page number 16 and 17. Now let's read the page number 16. This is page number 16 and I am going to read the first paragraph of this page. Swami's father sat gloomily, gazing at the newspaper on his lap. Gloomily means sadly, gazing means to see. When Swami's mother said to Swami's father angrily that she was not spoiling Swami, that was Swami's grandmother who was spoiling him, then Swami's father sat sadly and gazing at the newspaper on his lap. And after that, Swami rose silently and tiptoed. Tiptoed means move silently away to his bed in the passage. Granny was sitting up in her bed and remarked, "Boy, are you already feeling sleepy? Don't you want a story?" Swami made wild gesticulations. Gesticulations means gestures to silence Granny. But that good boy saw nothing. So Swami threw himself on his bed and pulled the blanket over his face. In this paragraph, when Swami's father was gazing at the newspaper, then Swami silently moved to the bed of his grandmother, and when grandmother tried to speak to him saying that she would tell him a story, Swami said to her grandmother that she was feeling sleepy and pulled the blanket over his face. In the next paragraph, Granny said, "Don't cover your face. Are you really very sleepy?" Swami leaned over and whispered. Lean means jhukna, and whispered means to speak in a low tone. Please shut up, Granny. Don't talk to me, and don't let anyone call me even if the house is on fire. If I don't sleep at once, I shall perhaps die. He turned over, curled, and snored under the blanket till he found his blanket pulled away. In these lines, when Swami's grandmother trying to wake Swami to listen her stories, then Swami requested his grandmother, please don't disturb me. Even the house is on fire," and pretended to sleep till father pulled his blanket away. Now this is the third paragraph of this page. Presently father came and stood over him. "Swami, get up," he said. He looked like an apparition. Apparition means ghost in the semi-darkness of the passage, which was lit by a cone of light from the hall. Swami stared and groaned as if in sleep. Father said, "Get up, Swami." Granny pleaded. Pleaded means requested. "Why do you disturb him?" In this paragraph, when Swami's father pulled away the blanket from Swami's face, Swami saw that his father was standing in front of him, and he was asking him to get up. And his father was looking like a ghost in the semi-darkness of the passage. There was a semi-darkness because there was no light in the passage, and there is a little light which was coming from the hall. And then Swami pretended that he was in sleep. Then father said again, "Get up, Swami," and then Granny requested. Swami's grandmother requested don't to disturb Swami. Now the next paragraph is, "Get up, Swami," he said for the third time, and Swami got up. Father rolled up his bed, took it under his arm, and said, Come with me. Swami looked at his granny, hesitated. Hesitated means reluctant, hichkichana, for a moment, and followed his father into the office room. On the way, he threw a look of appeal. Appeal means request at his mother, and she said, "Why do you take him to the office room? He can sleep in the hall, I think." In this paragraph, when Swami's father asked Swami third time to get up, then Swami got up. Father rolled his bed and took him with him to his office room. Then firstly Swami hesitated and then followed his father to the office room. Then on the way, when Swami saw his mother, he looked and appealed. He means he tried to request his mother to save him, and his mother also said her father to sleep, to allow Swami to sleep in the hall, not in the office room. This is the page 17, and I am going to read line first of this page. "I don't think so," father said, and Swami slunk behind him with bowed head. Here, slunk means walk sleethily, means धीरे धीरे चलना. When Swami's mother said to Swami's father that allow Swami to sleep in the hall, then Swami's father said, "I don't think so," and then Swami followed his father silently and very in a slowly manner. "Let me sleep in the hall, father," Swami pleaded. "Your office room is very dusty, and there may be scorpions behind your law books." "There are no scorpions, little fellow. Sleep on the bench if you like." "Can I have a lamp burning in the room?" "No, you must learn not to be afraid of darkness. It is only a question of habit. You must cultivate good habits." Will you at least leave the door open?" "All right, but promise you will not roll up your bed and go to Granny's side at night. If you do it, mind you, I will make you the laughing stock of your school." In these lines, when Swami pleaded his father to allow him to sleep in the hall, but father said that you must not to be afraid of darkness. You must cultivate good habits. Swami requested to leave the door open. Then Swami's father agreed to it. Swami's father agreed to it and said if he disobeyed, he would mock him in his school. In the next paragraph, Swami felt cut off from humanity. He was pained and angry. He didn't like the strain of cruelty he saw in his father's nature. He hated the newspaper for printing the tiger's story. He wished that the tiger had not spared the boy, who didn't appear to be a boy after all, but a monster. Now, when the Swami was in the office room of his father, he was feeling very lonely. He was feeling very lonely and afraid at that time. He was feeling that there is no humanity in the world, and he was pained. He was feeling pained and angry, and now he was not like the nature of his father. That is, he was thinking that his father was very cruel. Here, this is a line that he didn't like the strain of cruelty he saw in his father's nature. Strain means nature. Okay, and this line means Swami didn't like the father's cruel side, but his father was not definitely cruel. If there is only one child in the family and that is a boy, the woman of the household becomes overprotective. His father was merely trying to make him more confident and courageous. His father was not a cruel person. That was Swami's thinking, that his father was a cruel. But Swami's father was not a cruel person, and he was also thinking that uh, m- may that there he was wishing that the tiger had not spared the boy, and if the tiger had not spared the boy, then there will be no newspaper about the bravery of the boy. Now, in this paragraph, as the night advanced and the silence in the house deepened, his heart beat faster. He remembered all the stories of devils and ghosts he had heard in his life. How often had his chum means friend, seen the devil in the banyan tree at his street end? And what about poor Munisami's father, who spat out blood because the devil near the river's edge slapped his cheek when he was returning home late one night, and so on. And on his thoughts continued. He was faint with fear. He, a ray of light from the street lamp strayed in and cast shadow on the wall. Through the stillness, all kinds of noises reached his ears: the ticking of clock, rustle of trees, snoring sounds, and some vague night insects humming. He covered himself so completely that he could hardly breathe. Every moment he expected the devil to come up to carry him away. There was the instant of his old friend in the fourth class who suddenly disappeared and was said to have been carried off by a ghost to Siam and Nepal. Swami hurriedly got up and spread his bed under the bench and crouched there. It seems to be a much safer place, more compact and reassuring. Now, now, in this paragraph, as the night advanced, he remembered all the stories of devils and ghosts he had heard in his life. He fainted with fear. Through stillness, all kinds of noises reached his ears. He covered himself completely with the blanket. He feared that devils would carry him away. So he hurriedly got up and spread his bed under the bench. He was recalling all the stories uh, related to his friend's father, and he was feeling very scared there. Okay, now this is the explanation of pages 16 and 17, and I hope you have understood all the things very well. Now I am sending some extract based on these two pages. Try to find out the answer of uh, the extract. Thank you very much.